Do you feel like jilted past lover, partners, or past staff actively try to ruin or distort your reputation on purpose?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, you may not know this, um, but my house was actually broken into um, by someone that only knew of my organization where I keep my stuff. And it has been to where, even as I mentioned, the one who said that I was, the RAP word, um, it is where if people feel a certain way strongly towards me, that they will badmouth my reputation. They will see that I've moved on, that I've allowed myself to recoup, recover, and be a stronger and better person, and try to sabotage anybody and everyone's viewpoint of myself to distort whatever image they want me to be. So I have defined myself as being a person whose actions speak louder than words, and even those that are of my past are out there actively spreading hate, spreading rumors, and spreading destruction. I will not let anyone be the end of me except God and when is my time to come. So yes, I do believe that there are people that are ex-staff and ex-partners that are more than happy to destroy the happiness that I'm building, but I refuse to let my actions or my outlook be diminished because of them trying to diminish my light.
Are you a sex trafficker or brainwash women on purpose to do your bidding?
No, 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 not by any means. Um, no, God, no, actually. So, um, to elaborate on that, sex trafficking would be to where I am forcing people against their will to have sex with people, and forcing them to do sexual acts without their consent or without them willingness to do so. That is not at all what we stand for. That is not at all what I do. Um, I don't support that whatsoever. I am also um, I don't brainwash women and I don't brainwash people. I help bring out a a way for people to be friendly and outgoing. I give opportunities of leadership equally all across the board, guys, gals, non-binary pals, whatever have you. Um, I don't make people feel trapped or tricked. Instead, I let them know, hey, if you volunteer for this, this is responsibilities, this is what you take care of, this is what you know, we work from there. But no, I don't brainwash people. People have the ability to give consent to either come to me, come to the event, do what have you. All of it's consensual, and then they leave however way they want to. So it's like, no, I don't do brainwashing.
It is often said that people of your kind have no place in our society, and once a disease, always a disease. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, wow. Um, I know that these questions stem from the ability of anybody from different sources to be able to say things, like ask questions without judgment. I've never saw my kind as a disease. Um, I guess I don't necessarily know where they're going with that, because if they're saying that my kind is a disease, are they saying that because I'm African American I'm a disease? Are they saying it because what I'm stand for is a disease? I I guess I wish I understood more of what they mean by disease, and especially limiting me to being my kind. Um, it's hard to not take that offensively, but I guess my thoughts on that would be trying to piece together what they mean, what disease is. If they mean that my form of happiness or the way that I am sharing through life, that people should be more accepting, more forgiving, and more respectful, to be a disease that's infectious for other people to have, then I guess I am doing pretty well spreading those diseases of freedom and acceptance and happiness to everybody. I'm proud to be infectious in that way. I'm not okay with someone deciding to use the words "your kind," because that makes me feel like this person is outing me specifically because of the color of my skin. That I'm not okay with, but I guess I understand that my ideology that I'm spreading across the world, that people can be much more than they ever thought possible when given the chance to be happy, is a disease and it's infectious, then I guess, yes, I am spreading happiness when it comes to those types of things. Sorry, those are my thoughts, I guess.
Let's change the topic to something a little less heavy. Sing a snippet from your favorite song about beauty that is not mainstream or well known.
Um, hmm. Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? I know you will, I know you will, I know that you will. Will you still love me when I'm no longer beautiful?
How did it feel to have your home broken into, and was it truly a hate crime?
I, let me borrow your mind for a second and let me share with you how it felt. Imagine you kiss your child goodnight. You tuck them in their bed, and you kiss the one you love before you head to work. Now, you work, you're there, you come home. You come home to your door wide open. You're scared and you're worried. Come running up the stairs. All you see is everything that you care about in the house, on the floor, ransacked. Papers strewn everywhere. Clothes everywhere. And the door to your child's bedroom is open. You go rushing in, and you see that your child, their throat has been slit. They're a bloody mess in the bed. There's nothing that you could do. There's nothing that you can do. And all you see is the lifeless body of your child with their throat slit, laying in a pool of their own blood, mouth open, eyes open. You're terrified and you're angry. You go running into your room to find your lover also in a pool of blood. Gunshot to the forehead. Their clothes have been ripped off. They've been violated. And there was nothing you can do about it. You hold them in your arms. They have no breath. They have no warmth. And someone took everything from you. You could do nothing about it. Because you had to go to work. Someone took away your family and all that you cared about specifically. They left the money that you had lying on the floor. They went straight for what they know would hurt you the most. You call the police. Their response: we don't help your kind. You're on your own. You are angry. You are screaming at the top of your lungs. And there's nothing you can do about it. No one cares to help you. All you are left with is rage. unfiltered rage. Someone robbed you of what you love the most to hurt you. It took your family. You dare ask me how it feels? How would you feel if someone took away all that you cared about? What mattered you the most? They waited for you to be gone. And they robbed you! And no one cared to help you. Because you don't matter. Because you're black. You're just another statistic! How would you feel? I had my happiness stolen from me because I had to go to work. I had my house watched. Someone broke in and it took from me specifically what they knew would hurt me the most. Because they lived there. Because they were there. Because they were a past roommate and they knew my life patterns. Yes, it's a hate crime. Because of the fact that it was targeted specifically to destroy my life and my happiness and the success that they had seen online. And I know that what matters the most to me is that I have to be okay to have something robbed from me that I can never get back. My sanity. That's how it felt.
Why do people hate you as being the worst thing to ever happen to the Wisconsin polyamory, swinger, and BDSM communities?
I feel like a lot of people have made presumptions about me based off of a version of how I was or how I existed and not cared about who I am today or what my actions are. I feel like my ideals and the community that I'm building through my actions now define my character, but a lot of people will still keep me out of happiness or succeeding. They will set a glass ceiling for me and my kind to never reach. I feel like people use their white privilege, their white power, and their ability to dominate being popular over what I can provide and over what I have done. I was told that if I want to overcome the glass ceiling that continues to be set on me, that I have to be better and I have to do better. And I have been. I have let my actions define who I am as a person and not how I used to be. I have issued genuine apologies to those that I have wronged, and I have let my calm demeanor and my ability to be straightforward be what heals the wounds of the past that I have sent. So I am not accepted in many communities, and therefore I have created instead a place where I belong, a place for outcasts like me, a place for people to be able to learn and gain new experiences and insight from somebody who isn't clouded by hate, judgment, forming cliques, being popular, being the new it thing. Instead, I genuinely have peace and love for everyone. I guess you can consider me to kind of be like Mother Teresa when it comes to being accepting and know what it's like to feel hurt and no longer want to hurt and no longer want to see others in pain. I do hope that one day people's feelings will change, and I hope that people will recognize me for the version that I am and not for the version that I used to be. But until I am accepted by those who still having judgment of hatred in their heart, I will just continue to be the best existence I possibly can.
What everlasting impact do you wish to have on the world as a whole?
I want there to be love. I want there to be love, and I want to be loved, and I want to know what it's like to feel love. I want to be able to give opportunities of happiness to those who may never have had them before. I want to be able to be the change in the world. I want to be the difference that people need in their lives, because everyone is searching for something. I want to give back to the community that gave me a chance. I want to see people flourish. I want to see things blossom, and I care genuinely about wanting to make the world a better place. And no matter how much cruelty I have suffered in my heart, no matter how much I have been shut off, shut away, shut down, and told to shut up, I refuse to be a silenced voice. I want to see the world flourish, and I want to see things be better.
How does it feel to be the most hated person in Wisconsin?
I It hurts me the most knowing that even with my change in character of being someone that other people can actually respect and look up to and be with, realize that I can't change everybody's perception of me. All I can do is continue to be a positive, vibrant person the best that I can. And it's like being held to a past version of myself that is no longer there. I can't feel the way that I used to before, when it's like turning a blind eye to my actions. I have been in repentance, and I have been for the things that I've done, but I honestly just don't live up to the hype of what people hate me to be as. Even, I don't know, I guess if a person is a bad character, they continue doing their actions that they've done to warrant their reputation. But if they no longer continue to do those things to warrant that reputation, then they are deserving of a second chance, or at least the ability to be better. And that's what I've become. So I guess to be the most hated person in Wisconsin, those are shoes that I guess I just don't really feel. I can't feel, because it's like I'm not continuing the way that I was before to earn that title. So I guess I can be hated, but I don't know, I can't feel the same way that they do, and I refuse to waste my energy returning that hate. If people want to waste their energy hating and being angry and upset and just preaching and breeding more hate, then I can't give in to that, and I refuse to let that be who I am. So I guess it feels terrible, and I used to have suicidal thoughts about it, but I just don't. I don't know. I guess I just don't feel worthy of that title.
If I never actually met you before, how would I determine who you are as a person based off of what has been said in social circles you may or may not be visible in?
Is that in? Is that
In, yes.
in? Okay. So I would say check me out. Literally, if there's something that you're not aware of, or if you want to get to know me as a person, I say shoot me a message, come visit me at an event, come talk to me directly. There are multiple ways to actually get who a person is from people that are actually active in that person's life. Don't go by hearsay or what other people are saying, because when you do that, you're going based off of the version of somebody who people are in the past for a reason. People are exes for a reason. exes and people of the past only know that version of you from then. If you go off of a person who only has a past version of myself, then there's no way to know who I actually am as a person now, what I'm actually doing, where my ideals are, because all of that may have actually changed. All of that may not be current because that person is no longer in my life. So I would literally say, if you've never interacted with me or know who I am or anything about me, just come talk to me. Come to an event. Come check out who I am as a person. But when it gets to a point where there is so much negativity and gatekeeping that people are afraid to approach me, people are scared of me, people think that I'm a bad guy, those are coming from people that only know a past version of myself and not who I am today. There is a reason why people follow me. There is a reason why I have successful events, and there is a reason why I'm growing not only within Wisconsin but the world over. And that's because people recognize that I'm not the bad guy that I've been painted to be, and I'm not a horrible person. So if I am to be an influence in your life or to be worthy of your interest, come talk to me directly. Honestly, I would say that, or anybody who has been in my friend circle that is in my friend circle currently. So that way you know who the current version of me is, versus trying to base your opinion off a past version of me that is not actually who I actually am. Does that make sense?
Why, as a universe, should we trust someone like you?
Well, I am a prime example of human growth. I started just like you, living and breathing. I was bit by a vampire and I turned into who I am today. No. I started out my journey as someone new. I've made mistakes along the way and I've learned from them. Hey! Knock it off! Cat control. I have done a lot of great things for the community, and I've influenced a lot of people to be better and to do incredible things. I am worthy of the trust of the universe because I no longer reflect the issues that I once had in the past, and I have moved forward. I have grown into something that I am grown into something that I can be proud of. I am a representation of the ideals and beliefs that the world is a great place and accepting of all. And as a community leader, I am building something great for the world to be able to enjoy. I am worthy of your trust because I am worthy of trusting myself.
What advice do you have for those developing their light to shine just like you have?
Don't let anybody take their hand to your flame and extinguish it because they don't like you. Don't let the world be the one that covers your flame by saying that you're not good enough, that you don't matter, and that you're just another race. I will say you let your light shine, you let it flicker, and you let it grow. There are people like me out here that will believe in what you do and what you seek. Come find people like me. I like letting shine because my mom once sung to me, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine." No matter how much the world tries to throw your way to feel terrible about yourself or to say that you don't matter, that song has always brought me happiness and joy. And I definitely say going to places that teach acceptance and actively try to make it a part of their culture and atmosphere like we have is some of the best ways to let your light shine.
Is redemption worth giving to those no matter what they have done in this world?
I'm going to give you a split answer on that one because there are some qualities that... So I say everybody, yes, is worthy of redemption. I'm not saying that to tie into the House of Asmodeus from, Has-Been Hotel. I say everybody's worth redemption because if you are actively trying to change who you are, versus where you've been and what you've done, then you deserve a second chance at life because you have recognized that you've done wrong. You've asked for forgiveness, and now you're trying to make the world a better place, realizing that. Um, where I say you don't deserve redemption is you've done wrong, you know that you've done wrong, but you're continuing to do wrong without change. And it's just getting worse, and you're continuing to do the same path and the same stuff you've done before. So I would say redemption is possible within everyone who is willing to change and make their lives better, as well as the lives around other people better. That is where people have really fucked me over. Actually, honestly, I know I can't technically cuss on the airwaves, but I have believed that people were worthy of a second chance. People who didn't have homes, people who didn't have food, and people who needed a place to stay to be able to get back on their feet, get a job, and move forward. Those people have robbed me blind. Those people have destroyed my life, my reputation, tried to continue to leech and take things from me and make my life worse because of being in my giving nature of being able to give chances to people. I will say with a grain of salt that you helping others and finding redemption within themselves, let them do the work, guide them, but don't be them. Don't be their redemption. Let them find redemption and let it happen within them. But if they stop trying and stop pushing forward, don't push forward for them. Push with them. And if they don't want to continue to grow, then just let them be. Because you can't sacrifice your life and yourself trying to help everybody. You can't give from an empty cup. You must let your cup run over as the well flows into you.
How do you see your life light being extinguished one day?
Let me make sure I understand it. So, how do I see my life light being extinguished?
Yes.
Oh, probably to the back of the head. So I say that because I am so set in my ideals for trying to make each day better, of trying to make the world a better place and trying to maintain happiness not only for myself but everybody else, that in a way I'm a lot like Abe Lincoln, where I will continue to idolize my ideals and I will continue to try to move the nation and the world forward in a positive way until someone takes a gun to the back of my head and shoots me. Because of how I believe that what I am doing to build a community, to make events worth going to, and to continue to foster peace everywhere I go is enough to anger someone who is vengeful, spiteful, and angry enough to end my life without me being able to do anything about it. So yes, I do believe that just like Abraham Lincoln, it would take someone taking me out without my defenses to be able to end the light that I'm trying to shine. I also feel like I could go out like Theodore Roosevelt, where I go peacefully in my sleep trying to read a book because I like to read, I like to better myself, and I like to work on myself as a human being. So if I fall out sleeping, then I go peacefully. But outside of that, I will go down fighting for what I believe in until the day I die.
To end on a happy note, will we have more interview sessions like this moving forward?
Well, I say yeah. I mean, it's kind of nice getting to check in with people. It's nice getting to share my thoughts and to answer questions that all of you have. I'm sure there's a lot about myself that you never thought you would have known until you watched this video. Definitely these interviews help because I don't have a social media presence. You won't hear my side of the story from everywhere else. You will literally only see what other people are saying, and sometimes that can be horribly wrong. Like, that's kind of what led to where we are today for me needing to do an interview, was because I am not ignorant to the horrible things that people are saying about my character and how I am online from people who don't actually know who I am as a person now and don't care. I wanted to be able to show and share answers to your questions on everything, like basically even opening up myself to what needs to be said. But these interviews give, I hope, more insight of who I am as a person, and I feel like more people from our organization can share with you even more insight from them on just different stuff. Like we can literally talk about hopefully happier topics than the heaviness of like all of this, but because I am a happy person, it's just a lot of this was not so funny, ha. So yes, we will have more interviews like this, and it won't just be from me. It'll be with other people, other leaders, other organization builders and stuff. But yes, I feel like interviews need to be had because the world needs the word needs to be put out there that not everything is what you see, and sometimes the most hardest people are struggling with a smile on their face and tears in their heart, and they don't get to show them because they're not online. So yes, there will be.
Thank you so very much for your time today, Arctic. We look forward to great things from what your organization is about and for telling us more of what you have been going through. We wish you the best, and for you watching at home, thank you for joining us. Take care. Transmission over.